Welcome to the Daily Crypto Market Update. Good news for Ripple. Ripple and the SEC agree to drop appeals and end the legal battle. CEO Brad Garlinghouse says, great stuff, good job, lock in. Epic. What an epic win. And how is the market responding to this epic win? Wow. Just look at that excitement. 1.81% in a 30-minute candle when the news was announced, and the price is falling. Awesome job, guys. In other news, this post from Trump, again, I know you guys are getting tired of this too, but this is not great. It's not bad because the market isn't negatively responding. And this is also posted about 6 hours ago from the filming of this video. So we've just been informed that Canada, blah, 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 they have been charging U.S. farmers as much as 400% tariffs for years, has just announced that they are putting a digital services tax on our American technology companies, blah, 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 blah. Based on this egregious tax, we are hereby terminating all discussions on trade with Canada effective immediately. So it's interesting because now we have another tariff fear that's been injected into the markets. But the reality is that the S&P couldn't care in the least. I mean, the S&P actually pumped. Well, I mean, there was a little bit of initial fear when that news launched. If you check out the timestamps on this, this is posted at 2:50 a.m. my time. So looking over here on TradingView, 2:50 a.m. is about here. We can see there's a little bit of a reaction and it went back up. So I think the market is done with the tariff nonsense, the tariff fears, which is great. I'm all for it. Now, we got to start with Bitcoin first. The truth about Bitcoin right now is that price action like this, that's super weak, is bearish. The price is above the cloud, which is great. The slow line is flat, which is not good. This indicates a lack of a trend. Volume is down yet again. We're looking at lots of other metrics that are, there are on-balance volume is above the moving average. It is kind of pointing up, but it's not a strong bullish trend by any means. And closing the day at 0.03% is not a sign of strength. To make matters worse, our stop loss hunting alert started firing on Thursday at 10:30 a.m. Now, for all of you that don't know what this is, this stop loss hunting alert lets us know when there should be increased periods of volatility to the upside and to the downside. Our last stop loss hunting alert kept firing multiple times a day for 28 days. During this time, we saw the price of Bitcoin dump, and we also saw it pump over and over and over. It was a very volatile period, and I was hoping that we were kind of done with that. But now that we're, heading into the weekend, having a stop loss hunting alert happening before the weekend is not giving me comfort. It's not giving me peace of mind, just so you guys know. Now, Ethereum, this one is also suffering as well. I know that a lot of people are really bullish on Ethereum for reasons I honestly can't understand. The main reason I am not bullish on Ethereum still is because the daily TBO slow line, the slowest moving average here, continues to point down. I remove the price, you can see it real clear. Yes, we have other these metrics, these lines, or these other lines moving up. But again, when we have these TBT bearish divergence signals, this is letting us know before the dump happens, despite what's happening with price, even price going up 9%, it's letting us know, yikes, careful everybody, careful, careful, especially when the slow line's pointing down. The price of Ethereum is still trapped in bearish consolidation inside of the cloud. Yesterday's close was negative 0.1%. Today, we're on track for 0.12%. This is weak sauce price action. Volume's also weak. On-balance volume is bearish because the moving average is pointing down and the blue jagged line on-balance volume is going lower. RSI is neutral at best. There's nothing bullish about this chart. It's just so you guys know. Oh, I forgot as well, on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, we got another one of these TBT bearish divergence signals. No, it might be nothing. The last time we got two of these together, we saw the price of Bitcoin fall 6% before bouncing back up and then falling more. We'll see. If there's a second one, yeah, you'll know about it because it'll be painful. You'll feel it. Now, Bitcoin dominance continues to rush higher and higher. We are on track for Bitcoin dominance to close above 70 on weekly RSI, which tells me that the trend is super strong and we should expect Bitcoin dominance to continue to push higher and higher. Yesterday, we saw a high of 66.03, which is crazy. So it's inching higher and higher, showing that there is a clear demand for Bitcoin. No doubt. Stablecoin dominance. The one thing I wanted to share with you on this too is on the 4-hour, we have one glimmer of hope of a pullback is this TBT bearish diversion signal, but with an ascending slow line, this isn't as valid. We might get a short-term pullback, and that's all it will be. It will not be the top. So we might see Bitcoin dominance fall, which will allow alts to pump over the weekend, perhaps. But it's really too early to call something like that. Stablecoin dominance continues to move higher and higher. There's clear support down here, but this arrow, again, is showing us that the macro trend for stablecoin dominance is up. This thing has been up and it's been moving up for a long time. The macro trend for stablecoin dominance is up, meaning that we should be expecting more pullbacks. We should be expecting more volatility. It's not a pretty looking chart. Now, looking at how Bitcoin and crypto looks, knowing about Trump doing this thing with tariffs again and July 9th next week. Oh, I'm sorry, not next week, but in a little over a week, about 2 weeks, we're going to see these tariff pauses be unpaused. So how is the market responding? With TBO breakouts, of course. We have a TBO breakout here with the S&P putting in a new high, which is insane. We're looking at the Nasdaq. It has a perfect 3 in a row TBO breakout cluster right at the 1.68 Fibonacci extension at new all-time highs. Even NVDA, this one printed a TBO breakout cluster, perfect 3 in a row, and it's at 157. Guess what? Making a new all-time high. So as TradFi is making new all-time highs, Bitcoin is languishing, literally struggling to push above this super duper annoying TBO resistance level, which is support at 106K. To make matters even funnier, gold had a significant pullback here. This is a drawing from a video I made recently. Gold dropped 1.61%. This is telling the market that risk on. Everyone is risk on. Gold is a risk off asset, meaning that people flock to gold in times of financial and global and political uncertainty. If gold is dumping like this, there's no reason to freak out about anything. In fact, we should be looking at this going, wow, good job, guys. Stock market is actually killing it right now and totally beating crypto. Not in all sectors, but this is amazing. So is this going to trickle over to crypto? I do believe it will, but it's going to take some time. And the best thing we can do is to prepare. And one of the best ways you can prepare is by going to thebettertraders.com, checking out our courses, 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom, or checking out the Better Traders Club. The 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom course is awesome. You get lifetime access, teaches you about active and passive trading or automated trading and then trend trading. You learn about a ton of stuff. It also comes with one-on-one coaching, and it comes with a 30-day trial of the Better Traders Club Trader tier, which includes the TBO indicator. It's a great course. It includes so much value. This is the best place to go to learn how to become a better trader. Now, for today's picks, I'm giving you a little bit of a mix of the good and the bad, the pretty and the not so pretty. Of course, XRP is in the news. So look at that thing ripping right now. Wow, look at that price action. XRP is too big to make any really crazy wild moves. The last wild move that happened, by the way, and I think we have to zoom out over here. I think it was this day right here. This is when, well, actually, this is the start of all of the nonsense that was happening. And over the weekend, it pumped 34%. So taking advantage of low volatility weekends, yeah, that's the only time it's really going to pump. But during the week, no, not really. No chance. This is a super boring and not so volatile chart. Now, moving on, Onyx coin. This one has finally retraced back to the daily TBO Fast Line. This is expected behavior after printing a TBO close short, this orange diamond. The expected behavior now is for XCN to start moving up to resistance, about 42% to this 2-cent price. It could take some time. We could even see it retrace back down to support. So we don't go all in on this tag to the fast line. We're prepared to DCA if need be, but this is the expected target. Bitcoin Cash printed a TBO breakout on today's candle. It hasn't closed yet, but this has been an amazing chart. Now we have one back over here. We have a second one. They're really scattered. They're really like spread out, which I don't like. But one thing that is good, and I have to give credit to BCH, is that the slow line is starting to curl upward, which is a positive sign. Now this is Coinbase, so it's not the same as other exchanges in terms of volume, but it's pretty decent. So this is something to pay attention to for sure. On the 4-hour, we already had TBO breakouts way back over here. And since those breakouts, it's up 15%. So on the daily time frame, as we're looking at Bitcoin Cash, moving above TBO resistance and short-term highs, making a new local high at 510, it's pretty impressive. Moving on the impressive train, SAY is up 13% today. One of the best recoveries. This is an amazing looking chart. And today's volume beat Thursday's volume, which is great. We're looking at roughly 3 times the average volume. And look at this moving up higher and higher. I've been tracking SAY with you guys ever since we got this second TBO close short on Friday, basically a week ago. And this is the exact same thing I'm talking about with Onyx coin. TBO close short, retraced to the fast line. That provides our entry. We traded up to resistance. There we go. And it's even up higher. It's up 50% since that. I think that SAY has the ability to go higher. The main struggle that it will have is holding above TBO resistance, which is now support, historical support, and getting more volume so that way you can really push above this local high here at about 33 cents. Kaya retraced back to the daily TBO fast line for a springboard bounce. The price did not wick into it, but got close enough that I would call it, yep, that's good. It's close enough. This is almost like horseshoes, right? Horseshoes and hand grenades. So the next expected move for Kaya is to move up to TBO resistance to about 21 cents. Don't expect this to happen over the weekend. It could take a couple of days. The last time we saw something like this happen, it wasn't even a TBO springboard bounce, but we saw it pull back, kind of chop for a couple of days, and all of a sudden, pop, made a new high. But the main thing I'm concerned about in terms of this chart is that daily volume, as I've told you over and over, continues to drop significantly. Today's volume is less than half the average. This is not a positive sign. The one caveat with this chart is that it could be losing steam. It's losing interest. It's losing volume. It's losing excitement. So there's a greater chance of this not pushing higher. Just be careful. Ray, as in radium, that chart is in process and will most likely print a TBT bullish divergence signal today. This is a pro tier indicator that's available in the Better Traders Club. This tells us when we should be expecting a bounce to the upside. It's not a guarantee, especially when we have a TBO slow line descending in such a strong degree or strong angle. This actually doesn't look that great, but it's letting us know that we should be expecting a bounce on this soon. Just like these two, eventually we got our big bounce. And these two bearish ones let us know, well, the price should be having a pullback. And boy, oh boy, were these right. Litecoin, unfortunately, is showing some bearish signs on the, why is this pink? Oh, brother. Oh, it disappeared. Well, there was a chance that this candle, no, what is it? I don't even know why this is here. It's embarrassing. But it's still a really bearish looking chart. I'll give it that much. Nothing really exciting about it. I remember now. It's on the weekly because the weekly chart is now primed to print a TBO Open short, which confirms a bearish trend on the weekly time frame. Now it is just Bitfinex. I am curious to see what it looks like on Binance. Same thing, same trend with volume. Still a really bearish looking chart, which stinks. Quantum, I believe. This printed a TBO Close Long back over here, which lets us know that if we entered on the open long, that we should be prepared to see the price have a pullback. And we don't want to sell into the fear. Definitely not here. We want to sell when the price returns back to the fast line, which if we do that, we actually get a better price than selling into the fear on this blue dot. So now that it's done this, hopefully it can push up again. But this is usually not a good sign, especially if we're going to get a second one soon. Maker, this one printed a second TBO close long on Thursday. Today, had a really quick turnaround and it wicked right back up to the fast line. Again, same story here. It's starting to look weaker, which isn't good, especially getting two of these happening in a short amount of time. It's not a good sign. Now, two to keep an eye on. Aptos. This one has three. Actually, this is the fourth candle above long-term overhead resistance, which is fantastic. It's a great sign here. So now that this level is finally considered broken, the price continues to struggle. Now, volume was good today. Volume was about 2.5 times greater than the average, which is positive, but price action is so lackluster. Nothing exciting. The only good thing about today's volume is the fact that if we just draw a horizontal line so you can see it, check it out. The best thing about today is that we finally broke this curse of putting in lower highs. So this is a great sign, even though price action got really rejected at 530. But this is a good sign that it has started to go against the grain, go against the trend. Last but not least, helium, I believe, or HNT. This one has TBO breakdowns on the daily, and it's still struggling to recover. But I'm looking at RSI on the daily time frame starting to increase and show strength. Volume is not there, matching the excitement. But I'm looking at this going, well, it's not dumping per se. So I am expecting this to actually bounce from here. And if it does bounce, I think it's silly to aim for TBO resistance up here for 100%. I think a safer bet would be here, like halfway. But just keep this chart in mind. I still think that it has the ability to go up higher. Again, if you guys are ready to take the next step in your journey toward becoming a better trader, check out the Better Traders Club. The trader tier includes the TBO. The pro tier includes everything, including the TBO Pro and TBT divergence. If you need help, you want coaching, you want step-by-step instruction on how to trade the crypto markets, check out this course, 50 Minutes to Financial Freedom. And have a great weekend. Until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.